Hello, 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 and welcome to the channel. I'm Deanna Marie, and you're watching Handmade by Deanna Marie. All right, so many of you who've been following me for a little while will know that working with the flowers has been a challenge for me, because no matter what I do, I always seem to find the air bubbles and not be able to get rid of them. So this is one of the trays I did. I think this is probably one of the last trays that I did, and it came out really nicely. So it gave me a little inspiration for tonight's crafting UV resin thing. So what I'm gonna do is I have these comb molds. I just got them recently. So I thought I would use some flowers in the molds. So I think we'll do, well, you know what? We can do all three. Why not? We'll just do them differently. How's that? Okay, so we have all three here. Well, let me do it this way. I'll get myself confused. Okay, so we'll start with this one. We'll do all three. We'll start with this one. Okay, so this is just going to be strictly flowers. I don't think I'm gonna do any color in it right now. I want to be able to see the flowers, and so I think the way I'll do it is we'll do the flowers both ways, because your comb is two-sided, right? So I'll do some flowers up and I'll turn some flowers down. So let me get my gloves on. So how you guys been doing? So this is VEDA day 7. Yeah, so been doing pretty good, I remember when I was trying to do these, doing VEDA the first couple years when I got into YouTube. It just seemed like I could never really come up with much of anything to do. So this resin art has really given me the boost, I guess I could say, because there's always something that I can be doing with my resin. All right, so I'm looking. Oh, here it is. I was trying to find my mask. All right, so always remember PPE. And I said probably one thing I do that many don't do is I cover my hair. I have a cap on my head, and I got my gloves and my mask on and all that stuff, and we're ready to go. All right, so let's start out just by adding clear resin into our mold. Now, of course, I did some practicing with this because of the teeth. You want to make sure that you're getting the resin in the teeth. And I probably did that too fast. Look at those bubbles already, guys. All right, I have to slow myself down. I'm not gonna fill this. Well, I guess I don't want to fill it up completely because I need the flowers to kind of get down off in there. So I gotta go through and get these bubbles up. That's always the fun and tedious part of this thing, right? I was trying to get rid of these bubbles. All right, so let's see, what flower shall, oh, that blue one just popped right on up there out of, out at us. So we're gonna put that one right there. How about that? Now I forgot to do what Miss Patricia told me to do, which is in order to alleviate a lot of the bubbles when it comes to the flowers. She did suggest, and I forgot to do it. So I'm gonna do it because it it really does make a difference in not trapping the air bubbles. So I'm gonna use, let's use this. We probably need something a little bit more shallow, but we'll use that for now. And we will also need some tweezers because Miss Patricia said to put the flowers in the resin, and that can help with eliminating, you know, the bubbles that you get underneath there. So we're gonna try that. All right, we're gonna do that with each one of them. Again, like everything else I do, y'all, there's really no method to the madness. I'm just going for it. So we got a pretty green one here. All right, here's a nice light blue one. We got a red and a yellow over here. I think with this one, let's do this. Let's get it all slathered up. But I'm gonna break, oh, I don't need to break it up. We'll just leave it like this. Okay, I do need to snip off this trim here. I'm gonna leave it in there. I just don't want it to stick up. And if you are into resin, you will know that oftentimes those little sticks like that, they give you a little bit more texture, and so they're really nice to have in your designs. So don't throw those away. Okay, we need some more resin in there. Maybe we'll put some sprinkles on that too. Yeah, that's a good idea. You have good ideas, folks. I'm gonna put that green there. Let's put it down here. Let's get another color to go up there. I don't want that up there either because I got another red, so we'll put you down here too. Let's turn you over. So let's turn you over too. Okay. All right, yeah, we'll use this one next. And I'm just basically just slathering it in the UV resin. It does help reduce the bubbles. It really does. So, you know, whatever I can do. Because like I said, those of you who have been following me for a little while, y'all know me and these bubbles, man, we have some issues. We will have some issues, man. I'm telling you. Let's turn you over. Okay. I think that's good enough, don't you? Let's put that one right there. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait, not that one. Let's grab this one. And we'll put that right there. We don't want it to be off balance. Okay, let's go over here and grab. Oh my goodness, there we go. Let's grab this one here. I'm gonna put you right there. We're gonna move that over. Oops, sorry guys. I'm gonna move this over a little bit and just kind of put that right there. Okay, if you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but as I'm pushing down on them, the bubbles are coming up from under them. So, okay. I'm just pressing them down to try to move any bubbles that may be under them and get them out of there. Okay, gotta get a little wipe here. Wipe off my tweezers. Again, you want to wipe your stuff off pretty quickly because you don't want that resin to stick on there. It's hard. It's actually, honestly, you can't get it off. Let's just be honest about it. You know, you can file and do whatever stuff like that, but you know, it's pretty much there. It's pretty much there. All right, so let's see. I do still see some bubbles down here. So let's get those bubbles out of there. Now, for those of you who may be new to this, I don't know if you want to call it chasing bubbles or whatever you want to call it, but bubbles are not your friend. Bubbles are not your friend. Okay, that's just alcohol I'm wiping off of that. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do now is I did say I wanted to put sprinkles on here, so how about if we just do some gold sprinkles? How about that? I've been into gold lately, don't know why, just happened. All right, let me get a smaller, I need a smaller stick, here we go. And I buy, you can see I got a lot of craft sticks. I bought these craft sticks off online, actually got them from off Amazon. And I mean, it's a huge box, guys, a huge box for almost nothing. So we're just gonna add some sprinkles. Just give it a little shine. I'm gonna do it inside the, there we go. It doesn't take much. Just a little bit on your stick. Okay. And next, we are going to fill her up with the rest of our resin. We can take our Q-tip here and just kind of move that around. But you have to put the alcohol on it to do that, actually. So I'll put the alcohol on it. Does it work better? Not really. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right, so I'll do this part once I get ready to clean up. How about that? Okay. So now we are going to fill it up. Now the thing to remember is that the majority of your lids, now when I first started doing this, my molds, and I had to pull some of those molds out, they didn't have the lip that a lot of these have, you know, like now, there's a lip right there. And now a lot of the molds have, hey baby, a lot of them didn't have the molds like that. I mean, have the lips like that. But these do, so let's gingerly make sure I've got enough in between the teeth of the comb. What, honey? Okay. All right. Okay, so that is, let's put some more over here. So this is going to be our first comb. All right, so I'm gonna let that settle. Let's just kind of scooch that aside for now. So we're just gonna scooch it, scooch it, scooch it, scooch, 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 scooch. Okay, good deal. Next, we'll use this comb, being a smaller comb. So with this one, you know what I'm gonna do with this one? I think we're gonna do, let's do some alcohol inks with this one. We'll just do some light some light alcohol inks with this one to give it kind of a tie-dye coloring to it. So let's try that. Right. I think what I'm gonna do, instead of putting, like, you know, I was putting the resin in there, and I think that's causing a lot of the bubbles. So what I'm gonna do is just put the resin this way and just let it flow. I'm just gonna let it flow into that. I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring you down a little bit. Okay. Oh, can you see that? Oh, there we go. Move it over a little bit. Okay. So if you can see how the resin is flowing down into the teeth of the comb. I think that's gonna help me. It is. I don't see any bubbles. I'm looking. I don't see any bubbles coming through there. So there you go. That is an easy way to get that done. Okay, so we can see how it has gone down in the teeth. So I still need to put a little bit more in here. And it's a slow process. I'm just learning. So I just got these combs yesterday, I think it was. So I'm just learning all this. So we're learning this together. Okay. Now I'm going to use the colored alcohol inks. I don't think I've used these. Have I used these? Yes, I did. I used these with some resin in another thing we did the other day. So let's use the orchid. No, let me get y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me bring y'all back out a little bit. There we go. So okay, cool. Alrighty then. I want to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna drop. Now you know what? Look at this. Look how heavy that is. That is just sinking in there. Look at that. Just gave me a bubble there. That is interesting, isn't it? It is heavy. It is causing the resin to increase as far as the volume is concerned. I'm not gonna be able to put too much in here, y'all. Not much at all. We'll swirl it around once we get it in there. I think what I did the other day was I actually put it on the base of the mold, and then I put the resin on top of it. But we're doing it a little differently today. Okay. I'm gonna use this white. I have not used the white yet, so let's see. I'm gonna do that like this. Okay. Now, I'm gonna use a toothpick this time instead of my other tool. So we're gonna use a toothpick. You have to be careful when you're using a toothpick though, guys, because you do not want to scratch your mold. And it is very easy to do that. Now, if you wanted this color inside the teeth as well, I mean, you can get it in there. You just kind of take the toothpick and just run it in there if you want. Do it that way. That's cute. Oh my gosh, that is too cute, y'all. They swirly, swirly, swirl. I don't want to muddy it up too much. Oh man. I love doing this stuff, y'all. I do. I have found I wish I could even tell y'all how I got started with this. Has it been a year yet? I don't know if I've been doing this a year yet, y'all. I don't know. Okay, all right, that's two. So let me scooch this over here. Again, I'm just gonna let them sit for a little bit so the bubbles can rise up. All right, here's our last comb. So what we're gonna do with this one is I'm going to use some mica powder this time. So I'm gonna do some mica powder for this one. And I'm gonna use a color that I was going to use last night, but I didn't think about it until after I finished with everything. So we're gonna use it today. I always tap the top of my stuff just to make sure that there is nothing sitting in there. All right, so let me squish this over a little bit. Get y'all in sight there. So we're gonna use, and I'm only gonna use a little bit. Only gonna use a little bit. That's a little bit, believe it or not. Okay, and we'll get this mixed up. Y'all, I am 10 days out from my cruise. 10 days, y'all, 10 days. I was looking at the app today. It tells you how many days you have before your cruise takes off and stuff like that. And the parts for the car came in today. So I'll be taking it to the mechanic Friday evening when I get off work. So I'll probably just take it over there Friday evening when I get off work and just catch an Uber and come home. Otherwise I'd have to wait. Oh man, y'all see what I did? I put my whole hand. I just put my whole hand in. Oh gosh. Okay, be right back, guys. Man, I tell you what. Okay, y'all, I put my whole hand on that comb, so we had to clean up a little mess there. All right, but we're good to go. All right, so here is our last comb. Okay. Now this one is going to take a little longer to cure because of the color. So we will be patient. You know, of course, I've already practiced with this one. I made this particular comb the other night, and it's good. I actually just put it back in the curing machine because it's still a little sticky. All right. Alrighty, guys, that's looking pretty good there. Yep, you can see the resin just seeping down into the teeth of the comb. So that's always so cool to watch that happen. All right, I'm gonna let these sit, and I'm gonna see if I can. This is the one I put my hand all in. Okay, so this one right here is the one I put my hand all in, this one right here. But it's okay, I just need to put some more resin in it. Because, I mean, I took all that resin out of there, y'all. I mean, a lot of it. So. Let's put, you know what, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I'm not gonna put no more color in it or anything. I'm gonna just leave it. Okay, this one looks like it needs some more resin in it right here. Yep, here it is. I think I used all this up, y'all. Alrighty then. All right, let's get these under the light, and I'll be back after they cure. All right, here we go. Here's this one. Oh, look at that, y'all. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look how nice that is. And you know what? Let me see, let me see. There are no bubbles. There are no, well, there's one right there, but it's not under the flower. Oh my gosh, how adorable is that? That is just so pretty, y'all. Okay, let's do this one. This is the one that I put my whole hand in right along this side. But even so, see, I noticed also there are no bubbles down there. That's great. Okay. You want to be gentle pulling it out. You wanna rip it, but you don't want to rip it, right? So we just, all right, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love how the purple kind of goes through there, y'all. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I am just so excited. Okay, let's do the last one here. You feel like it's gonna break, but it's not. Awesome, 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 awesome. This turned out really nice. And look how clean it is between the teeth. So nice. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, now here's the one that I did the other day as an experiment. So let me show y'all that one. So this is the one, this is the very first one that I did. And as you can see, I didn't do real good when it came, okay. I don't know if you can tell, but the teeth, I've got kind of like, I'm gonna have to like clean up the teeth in there because I didn't do it very clean. Because what I did with this one, I kind of like I did with this one, I actually took the resin and poured it into the teeth. But as you can see, when you just let it flow into the teeth, this is how pretty it is. This is how nice it is. Just let it flow. Just let it flow into those teeth and it's gonna be perfect. So, look at that, guys. I am so excited. Bring it out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I really love this. This is so pretty, so very pretty. I'm excited because, you know, like I said, y'all have been hanging with me for a minute. Know the issues that I had with putting these flowers and stuff. But I have to thank Miss Patricia from Patricia's Corner, from Patricia's Crafting Corner. I think that's the right name of her channel. In fact, hey, y'all go over there at, like I said, it's Patricia's Crafting Corner. She is celebrating her 1-year anniversary on YouTube. And she doesn't just do resin stuff. Oh my gosh, she does a lot of stuff that I had never even considered doing. Like she does like wood burning. She does, is that the right term, wood burning? Etching, I guess. And she does like plaster stuff and she makes purses. Oh my God, she's got some awesome things. So go on over there and check out Miss Patricia. Again, it's Patricia's Crafting Corner. All right, check her out. But anyway, so this is all we have for today, guys. VEDA day number 7. So, you know, kind of like what Steve, what's his name? Is it Steve McDonald? That's another guy I watch on YouTube. He does resin. He says, enjoy your resin. And I'm definitely enjoying my resin, guys. I'm definitely enjoying it. All right, guys. Thanks all for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. So here is a closer look at them. I am so excited, guys. I love this resin game. It's too much fun. Bye.